Welcome back. Today we're having biscuits and sausage gravy. Oh, you're gonna enjoy this. Stay tuned. Alright, so what we're gonna need for this is two different types of sausage. We're using Jimmy Dean's, we're using the regular sausage, and then we're using the sage. And also I'm gonna be adding onions to it. I find that very important. And then, so let's get started. So what we're gonna do now, let's grab a little bit of olive oil. You don't need much because there's fat in the sausage. The olive oil is more so for the flavor. Turn the heat on, put them at medium, and we're gonna add our sausage. Doesn't matter which one you add first, absolutely makes no difference. Because it's all gonna get mixed up. No. And once the sausage gets done cooking, then we're going to saute the onions. Okay, get these in there. Let's break these up. I can use my hands, they're gloved up, I can break it up with my hands, but I'm just so used to doing it this way. Just have it. Alright. I just love the flavor of the sage and the regular sausage. I just do, that blend for me works very well. Alright, we'll be right back. Let this get happen. Now, if you have a cast iron skillet, I do, I have a couple of them, you get better results using that because the heat transfers is even across the pot, across the frying pan. But I just like this non-stick pan, so it'll work. It'll work. You just have to have a little more patience, but it will definitely work. So you want to break this up. You don't want the pieces too big, but you don't want the majority of the pieces too small either, so you need to find that happy medium. You know, instead of olive oil, if you have bacon, you can certainly use bacon grease. You know, cook up a few slices of bacon, crisp it up real good, take the bacon out, and use that grease, absolutely. And give it another distinctive layer of flavor. Okay, now I'm going to strain this into a bowl, a metal bowl, because I'm going to use this fat that's coming off here for the root. All right, let's get this strained off. Okay, while that's straining, we're going to saute the onions. Take our onions. And this is another reason why I use the non-stick. Because sometimes sauteing vegetables in the cast iron, even though you season it and it's supposedly non-stick, it can be a beast. This just makes it a little easier. Saute this. Soften it up a bit. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. You don't have to add much pepper because you got the spices from the sausage. Just keep that in mind. Sweat these guys out. You don't need to caramelize the onions, just softening them up a bit. Give them tongue time. Okay, now we're going to add these to the sausage. Okay, now let's get ready to make the roux. Okay, now we're going to add our fat back from the sausage. You turn that. As well as we're going to add a couple tablespoons of butter. And just melt down. Turn the heat down to medium low. Now that the butter's melting, we're going to add a couple tablespoons of flour so we can start the roux. You want to get it nicely mixed up. You don't have to worry about the color. You just want to cook the flour out of it. We're not making a dark gravy. This is going to be a nice white gravy. About another tablespoon of flour should do it. Make sure that gets cooked through. So it'll probably take about 30 seconds to a minute. And that gets cooked through. And now we're about to add the milk. At this point, you can no longer add flour. Okay? Add milk a little bit at a time. About a half a cup. And then you want to mix this up. And then you're going to keep doing this until you get the consistency that you want. And of course, that's going to depend on how much, roux you make, or you made. Like you can see here, I need more milk. See that? So we'll add more. Alright, see you in a bit. Let me work on this. Now you want to keep stirring it and keep adding milk until you get the right consistency that you're looking for. You want to make sure you got that just right. And don't add salt now. Don't do it. If you need to add more salt or flavor, wait till you get the consistency that you want. Same thing with pepper. But salt, you need to really focus on that because you can always add, but you can't take it out. And then keep in mind that the sausage is going to be salty as well. And peppery. Not quite where I want it, so yes, I'll be adding some more milk. Okay. If you have any other lumps in here, you want to kind of break those up, but just you stirring it will naturally break up the lumps, so most of them anyway, almost all of them. I'm not using a whisk because I don't have a plastic whisk, and I don't want to scrape up my nonstick any more scraped up than it already is. Turn the heat up to medium. And remember, when we reintroduce the sausage and the onions to this, it's going to simmer some, so it's going to even thicken up even more, so keep that in mind. I think one more rotation of milk and we should have it. More milk in there. Stir it up. And also be careful when you're simmering this. You absolutely do not want to burn the milk. You don't want to scorch the milk. So just turn the heat down some and take your time. And let's reintroduce the sausage. and the onions. Slowly, you don't want to splash yourself. And for the sake of flavor, I'm adding the fat that settled as it was straining, the leftover fat. Let's get this mixed in carefully. Alright, now let's let this come to a simmer. And while that's going on, I'm going to put the biscuits in the oven. Because you know this goes well with biscuits. So I just took a little sneak taste. And guess what? Tastes good. Now we just need for it to finish thickening up. Alright, so it's starting to simmer. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And wait for the biscuits to get done. Then we'll plate it up. See this now? See that? That's the consistency I like. So we're going to turn this off now. And remember, with any gravy, when you turn the heat off, it's going to thicken up even more. So you need to be wary of that too. Alright, let's go check them biscuits. Alright, take these biscuits out of the oven. I had to get help from my old Pillsbury Doughboy. So I didn't make these from scratch this time. Next time I will, but not this time. Alright, let's plate these bad boys up. Got our biscuit action. We're going to cut and open the biscuit open. Oh, look at the flakiness, that flaky goodness. Woo! That is hot, let me tell you. Now we're going to put some of the gravy on it. Yo, look at that. Just spoon it right over it, just like that. A couple spoonfuls, and you're good. Now we're gonna let this cool just a bit, and then we're gonna take a bite. Oh my kid, let me garnish this bad boy with some parsley. Look at the parsley on it. Yes, sir. Well, I play, let's give this a taste. You taste some of the sausage gravy. That is good. That is real good. Let me get some biscuit action with the gravy. Come on, don't run from me. That's delicious. You gotta try this. I'm about to go to work on this. So until next time, this is Shra Shara. Give this a shot. And I am out.